Wonderful night. How you guys doing? How you guys doing?
What up? What up? What up?
Another wonderful night. Another wonderful night. Here we are again with our second Teen Takeover night. And the first time was great, but this time gonna be better. That's all I can say. That's all I can say.
We keep
We got a
going. We
lovely
keep
night.
going. Keep progressing.
Just continuous because we already set the bar high last week, but now we got the bar all the way up here, all the way up there, all the way. So just to give a basic rundown of what we do here first before we get into everything, we are the Virtual Village 2020 influencers of Clever Communities in Action. I am Jameer with my co-host here.
I am Q, and I'm with the Wokeem Wasabi, Jamir.
Yes, sir. And basically, the goal for the CCIA as a whole is to promote culturally affirming literature amongst Black people, specifically Black youth, because through knowledge, that way you can obtain power, and through that power, you can obtain freedom and liberation. And what our job is as youth influencers is to basically give a lot of people a voice to the voiceless, because a lot of people don't listen to the kids that much. But we got something to say. We got something to say. We got something to say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Of course we do. People like kind of, just count us out because we're younger, but we still got opinions, we still got thoughts, still got feelings, and our voice got to be heard. And so this is our platform to do it right here.
Got to be, and it will be heard tonight. It will be heard tonight. And before let's just get into it. Let's just get into it because we got a powerful voice and a very beautiful voice just about to be heard in a few short minutes. And what we do here is we like to showcase that young talent, that lightning in the bottle. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. Yes, sir.
That energy, you know what I'm saying? That future. And what we have right now is a very talented young woman who's from up north, and she's got something to say. She's got something to say, and what she's got to say, everybody needs to hear. Everybody's need to hear. So without further ado, let me bring on one of my good friends, a talented poet, Miss Adriana.
Hello.
Hey, Adri, how you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Thank you for having me on.
No, it's our pleasure. It's our pleasure. It's our pleasure. So
thank you for joining us.
Should I just?
No. Okay. So before you come in and just preach to us real quick, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Well, my name is Adriana Williams. I am 18, and I'm from Jersey City, New Jersey.
Okay, repping the North.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I am a 2020 graduate, and I am going to Howard University, the illustrious Howard University.
HU? That's HU.
You know?
Man.
Okay, that's you.
So
the poem I'm about to read is called "A Black Girl's Guide to Surviving a Racially Diverse High School."
Okay, lovely. So we're gonna let you get into that. We're gonna head out real quick, and we're gonna let you just bless us with that proverb you got.
Okay, sounds good.
Let you do your thing.
A Black Girl's Guide to Surviving a Racially Diverse High School. 1. Keep your head down. Mind your business. It's easier to navigate school as the quiet Black girl versus the loud Black girl. Always be aware of your presence. Is your hair pressed, clothes steamed, mannerisms contained? Present yourself like a proper lady. 3. Choose your friends wisely. Sit with the kids who will help you blend in. You see them kids laughing at their lunch table, loud and boisterous. You see how your class talks about them. If you carry yourself with respect, the people around you will respect you too. 4. Don't cause any trouble. A moment's discomfort of letting someone touch their hair will pass, but being labeled the angry Black girl is forever. 5. Journal. The feeling of your soul slowly tipping away is enough to drive anyone mad. No, that's not what I meant. What I meant is that you're allowing yourself to be colonized. I mean, come on. You weren't actually okay when that white Latino boy called you the N-word. But it's different because his ancestors were slave owners in Cuba and not America. Wait, it isn't supposed to go like this. Let me start over. A Black Girl's Guide to Surviving a Racially Diverse High School. 1. Keep your head down. It's much easier to stand people...
Adrian.
Yes.
Q had a little bit of technical difficulties. I think we had a lot of technical difficulties because the energy we just bring it kind of upset a lot of things, and you was a little muffled in the beginning. So if you
Okay.
could run that back for us real quick,
You want me
just
to
so we
start
can
over?
hear. Because the energy you was bringing, you was messing up the internet or something. Because you about to break the web, so you can run that back real quick.
Okay.
There you go, ma'am.
All right. This is a Black girl's guide to surviving a racially diverse high school. 1. Keep your head down. Mind your business. It's easier to navigate school as the quiet Black girl versus the loud Black girl. 2. Always be aware of your presence. Is your hair pressed, clothes steamed, mannerisms contained? Present yourself like a proper lady. 3. Choose your friends wisely. Sit with the kids who will help you blend in. You see them kids laughing at their lunch table, loud and boisterous. You see how your class talks about them? If you carry yourself with respect, the people around you will respect you too. 4. Don't cause any trouble. A moment's discomfort of letting someone touch your hair will pass, but being labeled the angry Black girl is forever. 5. Journal. The feeling of your soul slowly chipping away is enough to drive anyone mad. No, that's not what I meant. What I meant is that you're allowing yourself to be colonized. I mean, come on. You weren't actually okay when that white Latino boy called you the N-word. But it's different because his ancestors were slave owners in Cuba, not America. Wait, it isn't supposed to go like this. Let me start over. A Black girl's guide to surviving a racially diverse high school. 1. Keep your head down. It's much easier to stand people whispering about you when you don't look around to see who said it. 2. Always be aware of your presence. The smell of your braids after getting them done in the African shop, or the shine on your skin after rubbing in your shea butter is all too much. It's all too bright. You need to tone it down, baby, or people will start noticing you. 3. Choose your friends wisely. Sit with the kids who keep themselves contained. They might make faces at your curry chicken that stains your fingernails green, or jump in a mixture of fear and surprise when those Black kids laugh loud again. Make sure to look embarrassed. Show that you don't associate with them. You let your friends know, and they say, "We know you don't mess with those criminals." See, yeah, 'cause no. Let's start again. A Black girl's guide to surviving a racially diverse high school. 1. Keep your head up. With your beauty, intellect, and just plain swag, they're going to be looking at you anyway. Be sure to give them a show. 2. Take up space. Wear your hair like how you want to wear it. Be it feed-ins, 360 frontal, knotless, or natural, you going to look good. Talk with your ain'ts, wannas, and finnas. Your vernacular doesn't change your message. 3. If being the loud lunch table means you get to laugh like this every day, then baby, that is not a trade-off at all. Laugh loud, you got a lot to be happy about. Be happy because there's a lot of things to love. And love freely because you done found yourself. Rule number 1, keep your head up.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You.
Yes, ma'am. That was wow. I feel like everybody needs to hear that word. Everybody needs to hear that word.
Thank you.
Starting with energy, huh? Oh, so, oh man, Adrian, we just got a few questions for you about that beautiful proverb that you just gave us. And one, it would be, what was the moment that made you decide that that poem had to be written?
Well, like I said before, I go to school in Jersey City, and I go to a racially diverse high school. There's different ethnicities. It's very ethnically mixed in my school. There's white people, Black people, Indians, and Asians, and Latinos, and every type of person. But it seems as though Black people are always the ones being taken advantage of and being discriminated against. And I was thinking, while I was writing this, I was thinking, these are like the things that I wish I would have known as a freshman in school, because like I was not the girl who just let someone touch my hair or call me a slur that I didn't want to be called. Like I was the type of girl who would immediately clap back and talk to the person, whoever is disrespecting me and my culture. So when I first started the poem, it was, these are like the rules that would have
allowed me to save face, you could say, because I ended up being labeled the angry black girl, the emotional black girl. But as I continued to write the poem, I realized that there's nothing wrong with defending yourself, with defending your culture, defending who you are, and that should be promoted, that you should be true within yourself. That's kind of where I got the line of like your soul chipping away, because as a black person, like all we have is who we are. And if we are allowing people to make us small and push us down, then who are we really,
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
All we have is who we are. That's a word right there. That's a word right there. So
And
thank you, Adrian. We really appreciate what you just preaching. You see the comments. You see it.
yeah, most definitely.
Man, that was truly something. Well, Adrian, I got some friends who love black people, who love your poetry, who love diversity, and they got some words to say about this. So is it okay if I bring up my friends real quick and we talk about this?
All right, that sounds great.
I got you, Adrian. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, literacy gang. Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Doing excellent. Extravagant.
Extravagant. I like that energy, Paul.
I am doing great. How are you guys?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited.
Amazing.
That's
Amazing.
beautiful. That's beautiful, guys. So basically, we all just heard the poem. And I feel like we need to discuss this. So basically, how would you say that poem relates to your experience in high school in a greater sense, how it relates to you being black in America? I know Q was already ready. You can take it.
All right. So in my high school, it just like kind of hers, it was like very diverse. In my high school, actually the blacks are like the minority, like most definitely in the high school. And so I used to like be able to wear my hair in braids and I used to wear it out. But like once I got to high school, I switched it a little bit because, I felt the need to try to assimilate and make everybody else feel comfortable. And I felt like wearing my braids and wearing my hair out a certain type of way would make everybody else uncomfortable. And so I had to change. And it wasn't until like last year, like towards the end of the school year, I changed. And I wish I would have heard this poem like probably my freshman year. It would have definitely impacted my life for the better. I would like to pass this to Trinity.
Right. Just like you said, I go to a predominantly white school. And by growing up in Norfolk, everything is predominantly black, I was comfortable around people who look just like me. I could look just like them and no questions asked. And then you move, and I moved to Virginia Beach, and then, everything changed. People asking me, was like, is my hair real? Like, why I act this way and stuff like that. So if I heard this poem when I was a freshman, I definitely wouldn't have censored myself or censored my culture. And I definitely would have been out there more and been more proud of myself. I put this to Khalid.
So as far as my high school experience, I didn't have this much of a problem because I went to a predominantly black school. So our culture was always put in the forefront and it was always uplifted. We had a black principal, black assistant principals, and most of the student population was black. However, during my elementary school years, those kind of awkward years where you're going through like you're getting bigger, you're getting into more difficult stuff like our 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade years with the SOLs and starting puberty and all that stuff. I went to a predominantly white school. And so like Q said, like Trinity brought up, things like my natural hair, my natural curls, I will always have my hair flat iron. Listening to the music that we listen to at home, like the Jill Scotts, the Erykah Badu's and stuff like that. I had to start listening more to Katy Perry because that's all that my friends knew. They only knew the Katy Perry's, the Taylor Swifts and stuff like that. So it was like kind of having to be two people because at home it was super pro-black and super pro being yourself, but then at school that wasn't the culture. So I would have definitely appreciated a poem like this to help me know how to navigate being black in a predominantly white school. And I'll pass this over to Ayana.
Cool.
So I definitely agree. And so right now I go to a predominantly African American school, Booker T. Washington High School, but I also attend the Governor's School, which is predominantly white. And a lot of people, they ask me, is my hair real? You know, a lot of people wear weave, and that's what they expect out of us. And at Booker T, people always assume that lighter skin is better. So people always like to call me light skin, and then they always like to gravitate towards me. And then they always like to joke the dark skinned people. So people always have the assumption that lighter is better. But I think that all Black is beautiful. And my dad always says that you have to learn how to love yourself. And I'll pass it on to Paul.
Bro, you muted. You know that, right?
Okay, so throughout my high school years, I've never really had much of a problem with racism. And I'm sorry, Jamir, could you possibly ask the question again? I just like I didn't zone out, but like I was busy trying to comprehend everything.
I feel you, man, because I
I'm
know you
sorry.
got all them thoughts just running around in your mind real quick, and it's hard when you have such elaborate and complex thoughts as Paul to keep them all together, man, because he's like Einstein and like Plato mixed together in one with all that artistic ability as well. So it's like Michelangelo. We really looking at a Renaissance man here is what I'm saying. So forgive Paul for his mind really just failing him on that one. But I got you, man. I got you. So basically what I was saying was how would you say that poem would reflect a moment in your life in high school or in the greater sense of America, dealing with the different levels of having to temper your own Blackness to make sure that you fit into a space that isn't as accepting as a Black space would be?
Okay. So this poem has really reflected on how people in high school, I've never had to deal with that problem. I've always been comfortable with myself in high school. But for other people, it may be opposite. They may feel like they have to adjust themselves, which is not really needed to fit in. So I believe that staying true to yourself and using your own slurs and languages that that you're comfortable with can really just express how you have self-care and you are very disciplined with who you are.
That's a word, Paul. That's a word. That's a word. That's a word. That's a word. And guys, I know we're about to leave off on Paul like that. And we just got done with that amazing proverb from Adriana just now. But we got something else. Ain't that something? Yeah, like I told you the bar is here, and then we just keep it going. We just keep it going. We just keep it going. We just keep it going.
What you mean it's something else? It's something better than that? It's something good like that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Indeed, indeed, indeed. What we have next is another poet, who's another good friend of mine. This guy's another heavy hitter from the north, And he's got a proverb for us real quick. So I'm gonna let y'all leave real quick, and I'm gonna bring him on, and he gonna tell us exactly what he about to bless us with.
Cool.
Hey man, how you doing, brother? How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Great. So this right here is my friend Lauren right here. Lauren, could you just introduce yourself to all the people at home right now?
All right, so my name is Lauren Tolentino. I will be attending the illustrious Howard University, part of the graduating class 2020, and graduating from Howard at 2024. And I'm from Elizabeth, New Jersey.
All right, another Jersey boy. So basically, could you just tell us about what you about to do for us real quick, bro?
So I will be reading you guys a poem named Sometimes I Wonder.
All right, my brother. So we're gonna let you get into that. And I know it's about to be heavy. Because I know your stuff is always heavy. So here we go, brother. Here we go. I hope y'all enjoying this at home, because I know we joined it in the studio.
All right. Sometimes I wonder. Sometimes I wonder what it's like to feel real pain, like the pain of a bullet going through your brain or a knife piercing soft skin, forcing screams that will make your ears bleed. I hate pain, yet it calls me, leads me to it like a father would lead his son, or like an artist would lead his fans, yet I follow. Knowing what it would take me, I follow. I drive on the road with one destination and my brain imagines it. It imagines my hand gripping on the wheel has the car flips upside down, leaving my fingerprints on the wheel cover. The glass shattering, my blood rushing to the cuts open, seeing colors I've never experienced. My brain failing to answer, bones piercing through my skin. It imagines me driving down at full speed, meeting another car, colliding harder than my mother's fist to my face. My body flying through the window, breaking every bone, falling down to the water, trying to swim through the pain. My oxygen leaving my lungs, no longer able to keep going. Water surrounding who I used to be. You know, maybe I wasn't born to live a life full of happiness and joy. Maybe my life was never meant for love. Maybe my life was never meant for love. Maybe my life was never meant for love. Maybe, just maybe, my life was made for the beginning and its ending. The birth of a broken child and the painful death of him. It took my mom so long to build a child so easy to break. A child that is fragile and weak. A child that can be broken with one simple kiss. A kiss of death is what should take me. Lips poisoned with lies and the truth of all my fears. Lips that will say goodbye as I say I do. Lips that will lead me to jump from a nearest bridge and finally end all of my pains and fears. Sometimes I wonder what love really feels like. Sometimes I wonder if love is really worth it. And while my mind wants to tell me no, my heart screams, but I'm too afraid to trust it. I'm afraid that my truth will not be able to match love. That love would only be nothing more than a movie I created in my head, a fairy tale story of a princess and a frog, or simply a disappointment. And love will dance away over and over, hurting me more and more, breaking me more and more, until my mind is a dangerous place to be, and I'm thrown in a hole with a straitjacket on, thinking suicidal thoughts, losing my sanity more and more. Sometimes I wonder if I'm really okay. Sometimes I wonder, am I worthy of this life? Sometimes I wonder.
Man, my brother. That was we talked about energy, man. And we gonna break the internet tonight. I can feel it already, man. That was beautiful. That was wow. You know what I'm saying? Like some things really leave you speechless. Some things really leave you speechless. And Lauren, obviously, after such a powerful performance that was just so beautiful in the vulnerability that you just showed us, we obviously got to ask you some questions about it because really, it leaves you just wondering where the passion comes from. Like Miss Sylvia just said, it was passionate, it was vivid, it was real, and that's what it is, man. Like we told y'all, we had some proverbs here, and these proverbs is heavy hitters. So obviously, we got some questions for it, man. Wow.
Jamir, can I have the honors? Can I have
take it, man? Because I'm speechless over here. Take it from the kid.
Lauren. One, first off, Jamir, shout out to you for bringing all this talent. Howard got some great things coming their way. Yes. So, but Lauren, what inspired you to write that? Because that was deep right there.
Okay, so definitely what inspired me to write that was a constant battle of my own mental health that I feel like we all go through at certain points. It's like a battle against the negative and fighting towards the positive. So like there's always a point, and I hit a point when I wrote this poem that it was like I felt like my lowest. I felt like I was round zero, like, you know, just at the bottom I could be. And I didn't really have an outlet in which to put my thoughts in, you know, because like growing up, I had like my mom and my dad to talk about things, you know, and make them feel what I feel. But growing up, it's like, you know, I feel like they no longer will understand what it is that goes through my mind. And I don't want to have to deal with like feeling like I'm not getting understood. So that's why I took this poem, I wrote it, put it on paper, and that way I could personally understand what I am thinking. And seeing that poem, I'm like, no, this is not what I truly want. Like seeing that poem, seeing what I wrote, and seeing how negative it was like, no, this is not what I want for me. You know, like I surely do want better, and I got better. And I feel like this is a piece that I definitely would love for more people to hear. And I'm glad that you guys were able to hear.
Amen, brother. Amen. 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 We happy you got better. As Mr. Jordan said, it's all love. And we appreciate you for sharing that moment with us. And we glad that you got out of that darkness, out of that pit, and out of that ground zero. And when you came out of it, you clawed your way out with so much tenacity and the ferocity and the passion to not only live but to progress with such joy in your life. That's what we love to see right there, brother. So we appreciate you for coming on and sharing with that one, because it really just shows like how beautiful everything is, and especially such a young age. Because I told y'all from the jump we had lightning in the bottle, and that's it right there. That's it right there. So we appreciate you, Lauren, man. We appreciate you.
Good job for letting me read out my poem.
Man, that was truly beautiful. That was truly beautiful. Q, you got anything
Yes.
you want to input on my brother real quick?
Well, once again, no, it was our honor for having you guys. Like I said earlier, these poems were beautiful. They were deep. They made me think. They opened up my mind, and that was crazy, man. I really loved your way with words, and that was just beautiful. So thank you for helping us making a great show.
Amen, brother. Amen. Well, I mean, I know I was lost for words, so I'm sure the rest of the gang probably got some words to fill in that one. And
help us out, because it's hard.
We about to bring the rest of the gang on real quick. I know some of them just been burning to ask a question, so we gonna bring Kalia on real quick. There you go.
Hey. So this can be answered by Lauren or the rest of the gang. Really, I want everybody's input up here. But seeing that so many times that us as Black children, we are predestined for what it seems like mental health issues such as depression, such as PTSD, because of all of the things socially and environmentally that we are exposed to. What does it mean to y'all to be young, Black, and American? Anybody can answer.
Lauren, you want to take that real quick? Let's let Lauren take that real quick before we let him skedaddle, because I know he's a very busy man.
To be Black, young, and American, man, that is like the most beautiful thing that there is. Like, it's really such a journey, especially it really builds who you are, because you have to deal with seeing people like you, seeing Black man and Black woman, with police brutality, like I don't want to say his name wrong, but I think it's Ahmad. I've been with Ahmad. If I said his name wrong, I'm so sorry. But things like that it's like it takes you on a road where it's like you gotta fight harder, because if you don't fight harder, where are you gonna end? And it's like, it's really a beautiful thing. It's really a beautiful thing, and I'm glad to be Black in America and be young. And I just can't wait to see us, Black young people coming out of these beautiful schools, coming to these beautiful universities, whether it's PYI, whether it's HBCUs, and taking a stand and making this world better for ourselves and better for others.
That's a proverb, brother. That's a proverb, brother. And we love you, and we happy that you share it with us. And thank you for just gracing us with some of your time tonight. I'm going to bring the rest of the gang on, but I hope you have a blessed night. And once again, we thank you, Lauren. We thank you. So bring the rest of the literacy gang on real quick, because I know they've been itching to talk too. So,
we got the fleet with us now. Yes, sir.
All right, Q, you can take it away answering answering Kalia's question.
So being Black, young, and American, I think the word that really hinders us being Black and American is adultification. We're all automatically like thought of older than what we really are, and like things are pushed harder on us. And so like when stuff like this, like mental health issues and other issues we face through like on the everyday basis, like gun violence, police brutality, it's like other situations, we're automatically just thought to, just get over it and then we'll be fine. But really, no, we're still human inside, and we still got thoughts, feelings, and a heart. And so it's hard for us. But, that's why we got to sit together and be strong, like Lauren said, and be mentally strong and just to be able to endure. And that's my just 2 cents about that. And I'm passing on to Ayana.
So thank you. I most definitely agree. And I think being young and Black in America, like Lauren said, is just a beautiful thing. We have learned to endure many struggles, such as you said, police brutality and just discrimination overall. And just knowing our ancestors fought and were strong is kind of instilled in us to be a fighter and get through all of this. And it's just a wonderful thing. So I'll pass it over to Paul.
Make sure you know.
Okay. So being Black and young in America, well, being Black in general in America, we are basically a symbol of power because throughout all that we have endured throughout police brutality and racism and all of these stereotypes, we have actually endured and pushed through all of this, which has shown that we are actually powerful and more than what others may see us as we are. So, yeah. I'll pass this to Trinity.
Being Black in America, I think it's a beautiful thing. I think by being young, that we're not constricted, that we need to show everyone that we are here, that we're going to do this, that we're going to be a doctor, we're going to be lawyers, we're going to be amazing people in this world, and we're going to show up and show out. I think that by us being young, it makes it, I guess, easier, and it gives us a chance to to show that our voices are heard also. And Q, you can go ahead, or somebody.
Q already went, but Kalia, do you want to answer your own question?
Sure. To be young Black and American, I feel like is to be born a superhero. I feel like to be young Black and American means to be born resilient. We are born with so many inherent things that make us resilient, that give us tenacity. No matter what we see, no matter what we go through, no matter all the things that are thrown at us, we always find a way to be bigger and to be better and to excel. No matter what system tries to oppress us, no matter what our ancestors went through, we always find a way to be bigger, better, and Blacker, and show our Blackness in a way that's unapologetic and in a way that shines through anything. So to be young Black and American means to be born basically a superhero. And I know Jamir got something powerful to say, so I'm gonna pass it to Jamir.
Oh man, appreciate you. I'm glad you saw it because I was just waiting to talk because man, like everything y'all just said from Lauren all the way down to Kalia, it all ties together with Q speaking on the adultification of young Black kids. Is a lot of us, we don't get the opportunity to be kids, man. Like, and to come off with the police brutality aspect of it and white supremacy as a whole. I remember one of my experiences with adultification firsthand was when I was working with my uncle in Indiana a few summers ago. I had to be either like 13, 14 years old, and I worked on a stable. So I was a little stable boy, you know, cleaning after the horses. And one of the days, I decided that I was finished working and I was going to walk home. And keep in mind, I'm in Indiana, so I'm thinking it's all gonna be good. I don't really got to worry about nothing. So as I'm walking home, you know, I was allowed to think to myself and just have that peace of like solitude. But that was all like just halted like immediately. And it's when I came closer into the town and I walked past the school. And keep in mind, I'm like 13, 14 years old, little scrawny little thing, but for the people far away, they just saw this like walking mass of Blackness just walk by. And someone had called the police on me, man. And I was on the far side of the school. I wasn't bothering nobody, but immediately like a police officer like came up and rolled up on me, and he was like, well, can we see some identification? And I was like, okay. So, yo, wait a minute. We experiencing some technical difficulties. All right, hold up, wait a minute.
Everyone, just stay patient with us at this moment. We're experiencing some technical difficulties right now.
Yes, so while we're on Jamir to come back to us. I really appreciate all you guys' answers. All you guys gave very insightful answers on what it means to be young, Black, and American. And Jamir was touching on something that was very important, especially in today's climate before he got cut off. Racial profiling, and most of the time that often leads to police brutality. Like Lauren brought up the case of Ahmad, who was just a jogger who was hunted down just because he was suspected to be a criminal. How does police brutality make you guys feel? Anybody's free to answer.
Okay, so for me, I would say police brutality is just based off of poor judgment, because most of these cases that have gone on, they were just assumptions of Black people always having something to do with violence or ignorance in a certain sense, which is not the case in anything at all, because throughout most of our lives, we're mostly seen as loud, ignorant, or just dumb, some white people would say. And so I don't think that is needed at all. I think there needs to be a change. And yeah, I'll pass this to Q, because
all right, thank you, Paul. Police brutality is obviously a very hurtful thing to hear about, and I'm gonna try to make it quick since Ja just came back. So it's a hurtful thing to hear about, but it's even worse for like the family, and it's horrible for it to happen because we're automatically assumed to be doing something. Trayvon Martin was assumed to be doing something illegal, and his life was sadly taken, and then it's just everything we're like automatically, it's like stereotyped into just a box, and it's like we can't get out of the box, and it's horrible for our people, and that we got to grow up with it, and our kids probably have to grow up with it, and for future generations. But I'm gonna let Jai go ahead and talk about what he was talking about.
Man, appreciate y'all. I told y'all we was gonna break the internet tonight, and I guess I told y'all we was gonna do it. But you know what I'm saying? The show don't stop for nothing, because all Black people do is progress and be resilient. And that's a word right there. And I was listening on, and I just heard my brother Paul and my brother Q, preach on it a little bit real quick. And to continue on, what I was saying was like the innate fear that I had as a 13-year-old boy with someone who was supposed to serve and protect the people was not something that anybody should go through. And it's the fact that the whole issue is itself, because it's something that a lot of Black men and a lot of Black women fear, is the police, because we don't know how the police are going to react to our Blackness. And for me, I did everything right. I stood up straight, yes sir, no sir, and I tried to make myself seem as small as possible. And even then that didn't work, which is what I wanted to go off what Q said with the adultification. Because even though I was 13 years old and I'd handed this man my identification, which was my military dependent ID, which explicitly stated I was born in 2002, he proceeded to ask me, well, was I in the military? And then I told him immediately, I said, no, sir. My parents are. I'm 13. And even then, my age didn't seem to register with him. And he still seemed to try to find something that was wrong. And I just tried to make myself seem as small as possible, like I said. And at that point, it got to where he just sort of brushed me off, which I was thankful for, because I didn't want any more interaction with this man, whoever he was, because I didn't feel safe. And that was the catalyst moment for me. And I know a lot of Black people have similar stories. And I know a lot more Black people have stories that are similar, but a lot more fatal. And which is why we wanted to partially dedicate this show to those who progressed with us and those whose lives have been lost throughout time. And we really just wanted to let them know that their lives were not given in vain, because we love them, we appreciate them, and we acknowledge their Blackness, and more importantly, we acknowledge their humanity. And with that being said, I know police brutality is a hard topic for a lot of us, because it gets to the point, especially in the digital age, where that's all you see is the hashtags and the videos and the pictures, but you'll never see the tangible results you'll never see the resilience, and you don't ever see the point in time where black people are wronged and there is something that is corrected for that. You It's rarely seen in today's society. And with the murder of Ahmaud, along with several others that have occurred in the past few days, we wanted to dedicate this show to them and also to the others, to the Trayvon Martins, to the Sandra Blands, to the Michael Browns, to the Freddie Grays, because it is hard being black. And black people know this off instinct. We know it's hard because all of our family members had it hard. Our existence is hard. But something that a lot of us has said that I think is truly beautiful, from Adriana to Lauren to Q to Paul to Ayana to Trinity to Kalia to myself, is that while it's hard, it's beautiful. And that's what it is. That's what it truly is the fact that it's beauty, and it's the fact that we continue to create along with this, which is why I wanted to segue into the point where it would be, what was the point in time where you yourself as a black person realized that it was not only acceptable to be black, but it was encouraged and admired to be black? And I'll kick this one off to my friend Paul right here, because I know Paul got something to say.
Yeah, so when I first realized that it was beautiful to be black was when I just look back and I see many of these like such inventions and creations that were created by black people in general. I would see that they would create such as I believe, I don't remember his name at this point, but I believe that he created it's not coming to me right now, but they're just creations in general that are carried throughout today's youth and generations that are used throughout all races and cultures. That just shows that black people have created most of what we use now, and which I find beautiful is the creativity throughout all black people and youth. I'll just pass this to Kalia.
There really wasn't a defining moment where I just knew that wow, I'm proud to be black, because my blackness was always lifted up at home. I was raised by beautiful black women. So I was always proud to be black. But what even emphasized that even more was cultural appropriation. Like, so many other people want to be like us, and even though they try to shut us down, and even though they try to degrade us for the things that we can't control, such as our full lips, our big hair, our curly hair, our dark and melanated skin, even though it is shut down and looked down upon, it's so many people who do things to emulate it. It's so many people who do things to get hair like ours, to get our styles, to get our music, to get our charisma. And so even though I've always been proud to be black, just to see how so many people do so many things, plastic surgery, tanning, to be like us, it just showed us that we are amazing, we are beautiful, and it's something that naturally occurs to us that so many others want to be. And I'll just pass this over to Trinity.
I really didn't have a defining point where I knew that black was okay, because I've always known that being black is okay, because I grew up in a household where it was instilled in me, and my parents always told me that you are beautiful no matter what, your skin tone and everything like that. And to bounce off what Kalia said, that what we do is perceived as ghetto, like our long nails and big hoops and all this other stuff, but in white culture it's perceived as fashion. And I say that because, like, everyone wants long nails, everyone wants a nice figure, everyone wants our figures that is natural to us, and wants our full lips and our beautiful skin, and it's perceived as fashion. And like she said, they always try to, I forgot what I was gonna say. But anyways, being black is beautiful, and I'm
I don't
yeah,
think they caught your last
Yeah.
part. Asked it to.
Oh, okay, it's me. Okay. So I most definitely agree with Trinity. Black is beautiful. And I think learning about and looking back on our history, like Paul said, so many inventions created by people that look just like us. And then so many things that they've gone through, the resilience and just the strength that they, and just, I mean, an overall fight in them. So through slavery and through Jim Crow and to where we are now, just the resilience throughout our culture just shows us that who we are is amazing. And so I'll pass it on to whoever wants to go next.
Migo, my turn.
Yes, sir.
My turn. So, my father instilled in me, my father and my mother, I should say, instilled in me that I was black at a very young age. They said at a very young age, I have 2 strikes against me already. I have 1 strike is because I'm black. My next strike is because I'm a male. So really the world is working against me. So I have to stay on this straight and narrow to be perfect, to be right, because any little given thing, like we learned earlier, just looking suspicious could get you into trouble. So honestly, it was very installed into me. And then my dad, he really pushed it to me. He would make me write papers, and I thank him for this because this is probably where I get my love for history from. But he made me write a paper about the black man who made the first car. He made me do look up facts. He would, for Black History Month, he would go all out, and then we'll like have facts all over the house and stuff like that. So it was very instilled in me at a young age that black is the thing to be. So like people think that, oh, black's a negative thing or this and that, but it's really a great thing. And I have the privilege of being black, and I thank God up above for making my skin black. So, and it's great. I love it. And yeah.
Beautiful, brother. Beautiful, brother. Because the general consensus among all of us is we do indeed love being black. We do love being black, and we hope everybody is comfortable in their own skin. Because I know it's hard going through life the way it is. That's my grandmama right there. But I know it's hard going through life with this skin because a lot of things are set up against us. But the general consensus is that we do love being black, and we've seen that being black not only comes with being talented, it comes with being beautiful, it comes with being progressive, it comes with being human. And recognize the humanity in black people is one of the goals we're trying to do here at the Virtual Village 2020 and with Clever Communities in Action, is make sure that you understand that blackness is not in relative or in relation to death, but it's in relation to a beautiful human life. And that's truly what we're trying to do here, which leads to my next train of thought here is that what would you say to your former self about affirming your own blackness? And I'll kick this one off to my friend Kalia, who's right up there.
Something I would say to my former self about affirming my own blackness. That's deep. I would say take care of your black features. I know one of my most prominent features when I was little and even now was my hair. My hair was so big and it was so much. I had so much of it, but when I was little, it was very damaged. I used to want it flat iron all the time. I really didn't like my hair curled up or in a puff or anything like that. And so when I did get to a space where I really wanted to embrace my hair, it was damaged. I had a lot of straight pieces. The curls weren't really coming like I wanted them to. But all in all, I would just say take care of your hair and make sure that you intentionally learn more about yourself and your people. Make sure that you seek out more than what they tell you in those textbooks. Make sure that you seek out your own history. And I'll pass this over to Trinity.
You muted, beloved. You muted.
Beloved,
you muted.
Oh, no, it's not. Is it? Okay, can you hear me? Okay. John Man, can you repeat the question, please? I'm trying to think right now. Can you hear me?
I'll go ahead. I'll let Trinity have a moment right now.
Mhm.
So what I would say to my former self is I would say just stay proud of who you are and try to inspire other Black youth to be proud of who they are as well. I'll say that there are many hardships, but there is beauty throughout those hardships that may come to you. And yeah, that'd be what I would say. It's not much, but it'll be what I'll say. So I'll pass this to Q.
One thing I would tell to my former self or younger self would be to do more. I would tell myself to do more because right now I feel like I do a plethora of things for the African American community and helping push the word and how we are inferior. Well, I don't want to say inferior. That is definitely not the word I want to use. But how we're below and how we should be above where we are because of situations we have been put through. And I would tell myself, do more for the community, help out your community, and support Black even more. And that would be something I would tell myself. I'll pass this down to Ayana.
So I most definitely agree. So do more for my community. Learn to embrace yourself because that's very important. And I would also say dig deeper into my history because that's very important. That's part of who we are as a people. And that's an important thing to know and understand. And so I would just make sure, like you said, Kalia, dive deeper into beyond what the textbooks give us. And so, yeah. So I'll pass it back on to Jamir.
Thank you. And we breaking the internet. We've been playing with some technical difficulties, but the word is still strong, and we still gonna be resilient. And with that being said, with the word being strong, I told y'all we got some heavy hitters, and I told y'all from the beginning that the bar continues to be topped because we have not one, not two, but say it with me, three. That's uno, dos, tres right there. That is 3 poems right here because we got some beautiful poets, ladies and gentlemen, and we got another powerful word. And who y'all think it is this time?
I'm very curious myself, and I thought I
don't know, man.
I'm kind of tired of this HU stuff. And they're not the only HBCU out here, so I'm hoping it's somebody other than somebody in HU.
Well, luckily for y'all, it is somebody who's in high school, so we don't know if she'll be HU 25. She might be, and then we'll just claim it like that. But ladies and gentlemen, we have Ayana.
Atlanta 25. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all.
I don't got it.
I mean, I think the person said she wanted to be a lawyer, and I'm pretty sure Grambling State got the best law school and HBCUs. I'm just saying, I don't know, but who could it be though?
You're lying, but you're lying badly. That's bad. No,
lying. I can
that's okay. HBCU debate decide. We'll get into that after the show. But right now, the girl we got going on, Mrs. Ayana, she gonna present something once again, and it's a word. It's powerful, and let's just let her get into it because I know the people just been waiting on it now. So, Miss Ayana, you have the floor.
Thank you, Jamir. Can you make sure you can hear me before I start?
Yep. You sound great. You sound great.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I wrote a poem about a week ago, and I have yet to title it, but here we go. The word Black, associated with a negative connotation, the skin color involved with mass incarceration. Black is a stereotype that people can't get around, assuming we're a threat, hands up, don't make a sound. From Ahmaud Arbery to Philandro Castile, innocent Black men who were shot and killed. Breonna Taylor and Sandra Bland, both killed by the hands of the white man. Eric Gardner said, "I can't breathe," choked to death, leaving his family to grieve. The unnecessarily escalated encounters resulting in death after being shot, choked, or hanged before their last breath. Trayvon Martin was only 17, with a life ahead of him that he couldn't live to see. They all had a future with aspirations and things they wanted to be. Black lives taken, no fault of their own, beautiful Black queens and kings that should be sitting on their throne. Instead, they are 6 feet under the ground who were buried without receiving their crown. Our Black brothers and sisters who deserve to live, who in the future would have so many things to give. Life isn't fair, nor is it just, but it gets to a point where enough is enough. Lives taken, but life moves on without standing up for those that are now gone. We need to give a voice to the voiceless, the ones that no longer have a voice. Stay silent or speak out. We all have that choice. Silence won't protect us. We have to speak out. Show the world what we believe in and what we're about. If we remain silent, a chain of unexplained killings will form. To our people, this will become our new norm. Another Black man shot and killed who allegedly posed a threat. For being Black, they say that's what you get. They say I feared for my life as an excuse. They shoot and kill, their power abused. They say hands up. They say hands up. Don't you even move. We do as they say, but they shoot us anyway. Another murder, although we did what we were told. Another investigation of a killing unfolds. Black lives are worthless, they say, shooting and killing our race and always getting away. I'm tired of having to fight for justice. Justice should be for all, but they excluded just us, the worthless minority, although we should be made a priority. They see us as criminals and thugs, making the assumption that all Black people sell drugs. They see us as a statistic, a number, a percentage. That's simplistic. The value of a life is worth more than a number or a percent. Just because of the color of our skin, our lives shouldn't become irrelevant. Hearts break. You continue to take our people away. We are no longer safe, and we have fallen for your illusion, thinking we were free and equal, which was certainly a delusion. We are tired of asking for what we deserve, which is justice, which you have neglected to give to just us. Everyone else seems to be fine. No news stories on white crime. You don't get pulled over for being white, but we get pulled over for being Black, which just isn't right. While driving while Black causes you to be alarmed, when we were just driving, meaning no harm, walking while Black, talking while Black, just being Black is a disadvantage that we have to learn to manage. Son, when pulled over, keep your hands on the wheel. Don't move a muscle, please remain still. Don't reach in your pocket and don't say a word, because if you do, gunshots might be heard. Do what I tell you and you'll just be fine. Wait, no, son, that last line, I was lying. There is no guarantee. We can do everything we're supposed to, but that's not what the officer sees. He sees a comb in our pocket and calls that a gun. We aren't even protected when going out for a run. Another excuse to fire and kill. Someone that young didn't think he would need a will. Young boys dying at such a young age, causing our community to act in such rage. Fatherless children, childless mothers, sisters who lost their younger or older brothers. Families being broken apart. The list of those shot and killed, where do I even start? 12-year-old Tamir Rice, who was just trying to have some fun, was shot and killed because they thought it was a real gun. Little boys dying, mothers crying, our community beginning to mourn. Our hearts are both broken and torn. We are tired of pleading and waiting to be heard. The reasons to kill our people are just completely absurd. The video was there as evidence for its officials to take a look. The truth is there in the video, but the killers are still off the hook. This is getting out of hand. Living in 2020, life-threatening fears of just being a Black man. Silence is over, and it's time to take a stand, to raise our voices together and make them hear our cries. Help them see what is going on by opening up their eyes to the unjust and the unfair ways of our nation, to change immediately and stop the crying and frustration of our country and our community. Time to come together and stand up in unity. This is the only way we are going to succeed in a nation full of both corruption and greed. This is what our nation really needs. Rally together and make this a group effort to rid this world of terror and make our lives better. I'm calling everyone to action, to stand up for each other, to save the precious lives of our sisters and brothers. Lives are worth more than gold. Keep moving and pushing forward, and watch the road to peace, justice, and equality unfold. Thank you.
You go. You go. You go. That's what I'm talking about. Show what it is. Oh my. Energy. Energy.
Yo.
Energy. Oh.
Yo. We got a talented one here, guys.
Yes,
if you guys didn't see it last week, she was on the piano.
Oh my God.
Did two of her own songs, then played Still Dre for us. This week, she comes with a poem. God, talent. That's it. Talent.
That's a word. That's a word, man.
Thank you.
The thing about it is you want to know how you know it's a word? Because I feel like Miss Star over here, because I was sitting there just wiping my eyes while y'all couldn't see me. Because every time she finished the stanza, every time she finished the line, I was like, oh, I gotta wipe my eyes again. Oh, that's how you know it's a proverb. If we told y'all we was gonna break the internet tonight, we told y'all we was gonna bring the energy, That's exactly what she did just now. And why are you crying? Because you got me crying over here.
You're gonna make me cry, man. Man, I
Oh,
can't have YouTube and Facebook see me crying,
oh.
man. I gotta rep, man.
The general consensus is that being black is beautiful. Ayana, that was beautiful. And just, oh my Lord, man. The fact that it's hard to get the words out because you don't have some things you don't have to talk, you can just feel it. And that's that feeling, that's that collective feeling that I'm pretty sure all of us feel right now. Is the words don't need to fill the space because the space has been felt with that collective mind. So thank you, because truly that was beautiful, and it left me speechless. And I know that everybody at home right now is probably just going crazy because they just saw you on the piano last week, and now you got the waterworks going this week. Just truly talented. And I feel like we got to bring everybody else on here so the camera can get off me a little bit because I can't. Let's see, look, you got Paul right there. Oh, look.
Let me take Paul off.
Oh, bring him back. Oh.
Look. All right, so I'm gonna say something about the poem first. So first off, I'm gonna just really just speak off of feeling right now, guys. The way the African American community is treated is pitiful. That's just a word for it. It's unacceptable. We don't deserve to be treated like animals. Sometimes it feels like slavery never ended, and in some cases, if you do think about it, I guess you can say it never did. So one, it's just hard to be black living in America, but like Jameer is saying, his word of the day today, we're resilient, we're gonna thrive, we're gonna keep pushing forward. I wish I remembered the political cartoon, but it was a white male and on a track next to a black female, and the black female had hurdles, had a chain wrapped around her legs, handcuffed, and then the caption was, blacks go through all this, but for somehow they still win the race. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. And that's exactly what we're going to do tomorrow, exactly what we're going to do next week and the next year. We're going to win. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're going to grind. We're going to finish on top because we're black. We're great. We're going to succeed in life. And so that's just what I got to say about that. I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to Kalia.
Wow, Ayana, wow. I'm glad that Jameer and Q got up here crying first so I could get myself together because, wow. Just everything you said, it just all struck home because we all remember those moments when we saw those people who had lost their lives, all the hashtags that you named down. We all felt all of those moments that just emphasize how tragic it can be to be black in America. And so that really, really hit home. You did so well. It was so eloquently spoken. Like everybody is saying, somebody asked, can we get another week of this topic? And if that's what y'all want, we can definitely give it to y'all. But just back to what Ayana said and everything that she spoke on, especially to piggyback off Jameer, with this being a digital age, us as children, we see death so much, and we see people that look just like us get shot and killed and left out in the street like we are animals. Every name she said just played the video of their death. I see Amir, I see Ahmad, I see Tamir, I see Trayvon, I see Philando Castile, I see John Crawford, I see Alton Sterling, I see Eric Gardner, I see Sandra Bland, and we are them and they are us. And so to have her go through that, to have her speak it out into the world, to make it real that these lives were lost and that we feel them just like they felt whatever moment that they were in. I really appreciate that. And for you to be so young and for you to be so well spoken, that is amazing. So that's claps to you. You are such a talented young lady. And I wish you the best and make sure you just keep going. Like, that was amazing. I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless. I'm trying not to cry again because you just brought all of that out into the forefront. I'm going to pass it over to Trinity.
Wow, Ayana. Oh my gosh, that was so powerful. That was needed. Everybody needed to hear that one. Y'all need to share that, because that was amazing. Everybody in the whole world need to hear this. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to cry again. That was that was amazing. Y'all know she a sophomore, right? Y'all know that. Y'all know she a sophomore. That came out of her. That that was amazing. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to say at this point. Paul, you can go ahead.
Personally, I like every single line that she said was just powerful. It just kept hitting me in the chest. I felt it deep in my soul. And like every time she finished, I'll just go, because it was like that powerful. I couldn't even say anything. I just had to close my eyes and envision all of those videos of Ahmad, Trayvon, all those names. I just had to envision it, and it just makes no sense how all of this can be recorded and there's no actual justice to it. All there is just being shared, and it's just exporting on how we are just constantly our race is getting shortened, but we need to grow. So we need to just make an impact as is. And that's all I have on this.
I feel you, boy. I feel you, man. Like, Yana, you left us all speechless. You really did. The feeling, and we felt it. Everybody felt it. You left us speechless. So, do you have some parting words before we all just wrap it up real quick, and I can go clean myself up? Because
Sure. So I have always wanted to write a poem like that, but the words never really flowed the way it did after I heard about Ahmed Arbery. So I kind of read his story, I watched the video, and then a couple of days after, I kind of went up to my room and then I sat down, and then the words just started to flow. And then I did some research on different cases like Philandro Castile, Sandra Bland, and the words just kept coming. So I've always wanted to capture everything that's been going on in our community in one poem, and then that truly that truly captured what I wanted everyone to hear tonight. And I really appreciate everyone's comments. You guys are so supportive, and I just thank you all.
thank you. We appreciate you. And yes, ma'am. Because I was just about to tell them that if you want more of this, then I suggest you tune in Monday through Friday, same place at Clever Communities in Action. I know y'all see the shirts. I want to give a special shout out to Mr. Rodney and Miss Star for putting this all together. And we want to thank you for sitting here and being a part of our virtual village tonight. And that's enough from me. And that's all the love we can bless you all with. And with that being said, we bid you adieu.
Bye, virtual community. Thank you for